Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are watching His Dark Materials. This is the pilot, the premiere, season 1, episode 1, and I am super hyped. I read The Golden Compass when I was a kid, but it's been such a long time. All of it's kind of a blur to me. I'm sure some things I'll be reminded of some things as I watch, but if I remember anything, I won't spoil it for you guys. Okay, I'm coming to you from after I watched the episode, and I basically remember none of it from when I read it as a child, so I'm very happy about that. It's like re-experiencing it for the first time, so very happy about that. Alright, back to the video. And yeah, I remember some of the characters though, like Lyra, Lee, Lord Asriel, Mrs. Coulter, and I loved Daphne Keane in Logan. She was great in that. So looking forward to see her acting in this. James McAvoy, saw him first in Wanted and then the X-Men movies. Really enjoyed those too. And I actually have a personal connection with Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I need one person and then somebody knows him. So yeah, him and I went to the same high school. He substitute taught my grade, unfortunately not my class, when I was in high school. And years later, I wound up substitute teaching at the same high school as well, and we actually did like something very similar that I didn't know until afterwards. So I looked at the attendance sheet and couldn't tell. I couldn't tell how to pronounce all of the names, so I was just like purposefully mispronouncing every name. And when I told my friend, who is a teacher at the high school as well, that I did this, she was like, "Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda did that too," and I was like, "Whoa, that's really cool!" And what a coincidence. And so I feel a certain kinship, him being from the same school, and he's representing Hunter College High School very well. So yeah, excited to watch this show. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And yeah, leave a like, really helps out this channel, and let's get started. It's a snow leopard, right? That's his demon.
What in the world? This is Lyra and Pantomime. I have no choice. You keep us safe.
Lyra, the rules are simple.
We know the rules, pal. You don't obey the rules. Doesn't mean I don't know them.
We need to win this time. 2, 1.
Oi, team!
Oh, that's so cool.
Coffin's got skeletons in them. Well, Coffin's got skeletons in them, or that's sort of the point. Yeah, but I can see these skeletons. Only the ones with the open caskets. Makes you wonder what's inside the ones that are closed. Pan thinks he'll be a lion.
I don't.
I think he'll settle as a sloth or a guinea pig.
You said you wanted something
Rude.
cunning like a fox.
Whoa. That is a heck of... This is so cool. It's beautiful. Oh, I'm so hyped. Whoa. So cute.
Now, where is it?
And gone.
Lyra? Lyra?
Oh!
You've had your fun.
Not yet, I haven't.
Oh man. Oh my god, it's so exciting. It's a golden compass. Oh.
Alright, that was close.
Poison. Whoa!
Lyra? Lyra, what the hell are you doing?
Let go of me and I'll I'll tell you.
I will break your arm first.
The wine was poisoned.
Oh. Pretend he knocked it over.
Now, do you want a job?
No,
You might find it a little bit cramped in there.
I don't want a job.
I want you to spy on the master.
Where does that light come from?
But it isn't light. It's dust.
What's dust?
What's dust? I need to see what he's showing them.
A city in the sky.
Whoa.
A myriad of worlds
Yeah.
of which the Magisterium controls only one.
Could be Grumman. Who would have done this?
It's most likely the Magisterium trying to mask their tracks to keep us safely innocent, or, as the Master would have it, academically free. Gentlemen, there is a war raging right. His work was profoundly important, and I need funding to continue it. Who will stand against me?
Oh. Not who will stand with me. Who will stand against me? Oh. That is... Oh. I'm tearing up a little.
My son's demon has settled as a hawk.
Oh.
Lyra.
The girl.
Oh yeah. He forgot. You can't let her wear shoes in bed? Oh, she's awake. Okay, there we go.
Can I see the man's head?
Why would you do that?
Her uncle's packing up an airship to leave. Not without me, he isn't.
Oh my god, the scenery is just gorgeous.
What are you doing here? I'm busy.
You're not leaving!
Can't stay. But I just don't have time for you right now. Go.
Take me north! You promised you would! Take me with you! We'd have lots of time then!
The North is no place for a child.
She's better than you think she is! She's special!
Everyone's special.
Tracker.
We're going north, Roger. I just know we are.
If you say so.
The lighting on this. It's like the sun bouncing off her chin. It's beautiful. Man, the scale of this place is... Whoa! I was about to say it's just from the... Wow.
Can by all means permitted. Not a word to any of our mutual friends. That includes her.
Her. Oh my god, the monkey.
I'm surprised Asriel doesn't talk about you more.
You know my uncle?
Oh yeah, we occasionally bump into each other at the Arctic Institute.
You're an explorer too.
And I want to offer you a position as my assistant. Now, you'll need to learn fast, and I won't take any slacking, but he can come. Oh.
See the look on her face.
Lyra,
She winced,
stop and
like,
think before you
confused.
tell him.
Oh. The whistling.
So I'm going to give you something. And I need you to promise that you will keep it private.
The golden compass. Keep it private. The lithiometer.
What is it?
It tells you the truth.
How?
That Pan and you will have to learn by yourselves.
I'm looking for Roger.
So am I. You didn't turn up for the breakfast shift.
Has been taken.
Roger? Roger!
They've taken 16 of our children so far, and that number keeps growing. Searching for him here when we know he is lost is foolishness, and you know it. We're going to London. We will fight those gobblers and get our children back.
She doesn't want to believe it.
The gobblers will have taken him to London. I'll set down tracks as soon as we arrive.
The goblins are in London?
In London, children can just disappear.
Tell the truth.
Tell me where Roger is.
If the gobblers have him, she's our
Only.
best chance of getting him back.
Wait!
Always running. Pan is so cute. I can't stand it. Okay, so I said I read the book before, but almost everything was completely new to me. I've forgotten more than I care to admit. I just I didn't even remember that she left with Mrs. Coulter. Like, what the? Yeah, it's been way too long, so I'm very glad I'm watching this series again, and there was just a lot of emotional moments, even though, like, a first-time watcher would not get emotional, but as much as I've forgotten, I still have that emotional connection to Lyra. So, yeah, I was feeling it. That was so cool. Just, wow. So, yeah, I do remember how our characters are connected to each other, but I won't say anything in case people are watching who haven't read the books, but I don't remember most of the story from when I read it. And yet, I get the feeling, I have that feeling of like reuniting with a best friend after like decades of not seeing them. Like, I don't remember what's going on, what happens, but I remember loving Lyra, and so I got like a little emotional over Roger disappearing, Asriel leaving without her. Yeah, it was all, and I mean, I even got emotional of her just like exploring the world and being adventurous and just being herself. And yeah, the shots of the scenery were great. Her running through Jordan College was amazing. Just lots of really great shots. And the use of lighting as well. I talked about how the light hit her on her chin when in the scene right after Asriel leaves her and she's talking to Roger about leaving. Yeah, Daphne Keane was phenomenal. Such a talented young actress. I had only seen her in Logan before, and I was just like, oh, she killed that. So can't wait to see her in this. And yeah, seeing her run around Jordan College was so much fun, sliding down slanted rooftops. It honestly reminded me kind of Uncharted, the video game. The reference that more of you will understand is probably Bran, no more climbing. James McAvoy as Lord Asriel is great. I actually saw an interview. He said he read these books when he was like 21 or so. So when he got this job, he didn't have to do any research because he already loved the source material so much. And the acting of the demons, like it's voice acting, but then like the way they are, the CGI of the demons, there is like no uncanny valley or anything, just looks really, really great. And yeah, it looks really natural, like as if now I'm going to go out and see animals in the wild and I'm going to expect them to talk. And of course, like seeing the way the kids' demons change form was super fun to watch. And I think the thing I love most about this series, other than Lyra, is of course the world building. Like all the little details they mentioned. I mean, to start off with, just like demons in general, just your own personal animal companion that like follows you around. I don't know, I've always wanted a pet, and a demon isn't a pet, but I'm just like, I want a companion that's like always by my side, that like has my back. And what would your demons be, everybody? who's watching. Let me know in the comments below. I'm still not a grown-up, so mine can still change shape. I'm just kidding. I'm not sure what mine would be. I'll think on it, and I'll get back to you guys next episode, or maybe in the comments. We'll see. Actually, if I do it in the comments, I'll also do it next episode. But yeah, the idea that demons disappear when humans die, but the humans themselves still leave skeletons, that's really interesting. So many details that are so interesting that I just have forgotten. And then this idea that there are separate worlds, that one in the the Northern Lights, I'll say, because I don't know if it's Borealis or something else. Yeah, I remember there were separate worlds in this piece of fiction, and then that's something that was really cool about the opening. Like, we saw the worlds like stacked on top of each other. That was so cool. The opening was amazing as well. Just like, it kind of like some there have been several openings in the past for a couple different shows that have like really hit the mark, and I'm just like, whoa, that is impressive. I think the first one that really caught my eye was Daredevil. That was really cool. And then Game of Thrones was really cool. And then this was amazing. Oh man, I think this tops. I think this definitely tops Daredevil. I think for me personally, I enjoy this opening more than Game of Thrones actually. And yeah, didn't remember that Lord Asriel saw a freaking city perched on top of the Northern Lights before I watched this episode, and like the details about dust, something that only surrounds adults. I had forgotten about that too. I actually thought it surrounded kids for some reason. I don't even remember what dust is and what it does. So it's all this confusion and like subversion of my own like preconception of stuff is actually making it more fun. It's almost like experiencing it for the first time, or yeah, it's just so yeah, even though I already read the book at some point, no spoilers in the comments because it's basically all new to me. And then the Magisterium, so in control of everything. Lord Asriel setting himself up as the counter to their hold on learning and discovery to secure funding. And yeah, it's really fascinating. And the scene at the Magisterium, I was just like looking at the wall they were standing in front of and was like about to say how the scale of this place is huge. And then like this church, of course, has like huge influence. And then it like pans over the seating area and it's so much bigger than I could have imagined. Just amazing. And then the Master's assassination attempt was meant to protect Lyra by keeping the college unimpeachable, which now it can't be because of the things Lord Asriel has come upon. But I don't know how that would have changed things, since if he had died, since the alethiometer still said she needed to leave on this journey. But yeah, and he talks with her about the alethiometer. It's told him through, I guess, some scholars that Lyra's upcoming journey and betrayal, which I feel like something as big as a betrayal is something I'd remember, but I don't. Like, that sounds super important, but I'm just like, huh? What's going on? Really love the small, funny moments, like Lyra scaring Roger in the tombs and like using a freaking femur's a leg, right? Using a skeleton arm to like scare him. But yeah, she feels a connection to Lord Asriel because he's the only family she has left. Her parents died. The details in her room, the peeled paint to make the north, his letter to her on the wall as well. That was really fun to see her personality and her priorities in her very room. I love that moment with the bird. I don't know how to do this, but the bird using the shadows. And Lord Asriel does have a general fondness for her, but it is not enough for him to show her any kind of care. Like, he drops her off and then like just comes visits once in a while, and like he says, like he doesn't trust anyone, and that's, I think it includes even Lyra, because he would have let go of her when he first realized it was her who knocked the drink out of his hand, except for he's like, I'll break your arm unless you tell me. So, and then he's also like very dismissive of her wants and curiosities about dust. Like, to be fair, it's probably even though I don't remember what it is. It's probably very important and like very dangerous. So I don't know. He's dismissive of it though. He's not like not answering her questions. He's also dismissive. And the older Costa brother getting a public ceremony was really cool for his demon stabilizing. And then the gobblers kidnapped his brother, and then Roger as well. Well, a gobbler singular, the guy who's whistling and has a demon who I can't actually tell what kind of animal it is. Somebody let me know in the comments. And they belong to a group called, or the Bobby Costa belongs to a group called the Egyptians, seen by others as outcasts, but a tightly knit group. So there's a lot of interesting political stuff too. There's science versus religion, and then there's I don't know if you count Egyptians as minority groups. I don't know if it's it doesn't seem like an ethnic group. It seems like a cultural group. And yeah, we have Lord Fa, who helps search for Billy, but knows the gobblers have taken him to London. And we have Jorah Mormont, for those of you who know Game of Thrones. His name is James. The actor's name is James Cosmo, and he's a part of that group as well. He has a couple lines. And then we have Marissa Coulter showing up and taking Lyra. And when Lyra gets her to agree to take Roger, Lyra hugs her, and Marissa's face is like a little apprehensive, a little confused, and then like right before the scene changes, her like face like wrinkles, her brow wrinkles, and I had to say like Ruth Wilson? Is that her? Is that the actress's name? I think it is Ruth Wilson. Yeah. Yeah, she acted the heck out of that. I was really impressed, and yeah, I mean, her presence is so good, and she's very charming. And she lets Lyra know very quickly that she's like surprised Azriel doesn't talk about her more. And you know my uncle? We occasionally bump into each other. You saw the look I gave you. For you guys who've actually read the books. And then the alethiometer, it tells the truth. Only 6 in the world. I remember those 2 things. And I forgot it was heresy to use it. And so why is the Magisterium so against it? What do they have against the truth? AKA, what are they hiding since they're against the truth? Or people finding out about them, I guess. And it's given to Lyra, who doesn't know how to use it yet, just asks it questions, but isn't capable of getting responses. But she decides to go with Mrs. Coulter to help find Roger, and also just be her assistant and explore the world, be an adventurer, explorer. And for those of you who don't know the story, like, what do you guys think of the characters so far? Lyra, Azriel, Coulter, Roger, and what do you think of this world building? I'll admit it might be a little complicated, especially for a younger audience, but oh man, I love it. And for those of you who have seen it, what do you think of the interpretation so far? I love it so far. I love Lyra so much. I can't even tell you. I mean, I guess I can tell you why I love her, but even before I remembered why I loved her, I already loved her. Like, she's definitely the star of this episode, like, of the series. She has so many traits that make her so fun to watch. Loves having fun, caring, adventurous, endlessly curious. And yeah, I loved her before watching again, before I even remembered all those traits, but I loved her even more after watching it. But yeah, there was a quiet moment, that flashback to Making the Birds with the Shadows that I mentioned before. Like, she's a free spirit, and yet she's trapped. As much as she has like free reign over like Jordan College and can like run around on the rooftops, and she was screaming for Roger, now she gets to leave, and it's gonna be so much fun. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed my reaction. I can't wait till the next episode. Continue watching this. I think there are 8 episodes, or maybe 9. Let me check that real quick. His Dark Materials, 8 episodes. Oh no, 9 episodes. Great. That's great. Wait, is it 9? I might have written it down wrong. I'll look it up and check. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Yeah. leave a like, really helps out this channel, and I will see you guys next week. It will probably not go up on Sunday, it'll probably go up on Monday. And that'll work for most of you guys as well anyway. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you guys soon. Bye friends.